You would know people's confided in me and told me things. Uh, they told me a story one time about this party that was going on. A girl that was on meth, she collapsed in the floor. Her face and her lips turned blue. She started foaming and heaving and everything like that. And they would not call the ambulance. So if you're at one of these parties and if you're a young teenager, you collapse on the floor with some sort of drugs, don't look for them to get you any help because, they don't want to go to jail.
They don't want to take the chance, and that's the thing. You find out when you're on drugs and you're around these folks, you have no real friends. One of my favorite stories is a lady had her husband's dealer come to the house, and she was staying straight, and her husband was trying to stay straight, and she said, went and flushed the pot down the toilet. Dealer got mad, and he said, "What'd you do that for?" She said, "We're getting ready to go celebrate recovery. You want to go with us?" And he left. And so, I mean, that's, if you want to get rid of them, tell them come to church with you. Tell them come celebrate recovery with you.
Right, right. That's a perfect illustration because so many people think I can't get free. These guys or these girls are always hounding me, saying, you don't ever want to hang out with us no more. People want friends. They want to feel like it, they're part of the crowd or part of the clique or whatever. But if it takes destroying your life, you don't need those kind of friends.
Well, it's not worth it. I mean, when I do 101, when you come in and you're new and you're a male, I take you into a room and we do 101. And I explain to you what Celebrate Recovery is. And I ask you your background.
Right.
And when somebody has children, the first thing I always say is, do you want your child living the same life you live? Or if somebody has, in there because he beats his girlfriend or wife, do you want your daughter to be beat on, slapped on? No. So they have to start looking at that. When they start looking at where they want their kids to be,
Right.
you have to be a positive influence on your children.
And that's another good point right there. Drugs don't only affect you, they affect everybody around you. Your kids, your family, your mom, your dad. And, your brothers and sisters are sitting there crying and saying, how can I help this person or how can I get them some help when they don't even want to help themselves?
I tell people, and we've had them come in that were dealers, and I explain to them, it doesn't matter if you're a dealer or not, drugs affect everybody. And how I always point it out is a drug dealer or somebody using drugs is just as does just as much violation as a pedophile.
Right.
Because a pedophile will mess that child up for life, but a dealer will mess up the entire family along with that child.
Right.
The same as a pedophile does. It destroys families, and drugs destroys families. And in our county, we need as much stability and help with this as possible, which we're thankful for the sheriff's office. They're doing their job. The jail has a Celebrate Recovery in it. And just the support of the community to understand that these folks are no different than anybody else.
Right.
They've taken a wrong turn, same turn any of us could have taken, and we were fortunate not to take. And
thank God.
That is a big thing. I got to tell you, when we started, we had a fellow at our church had been there for years, and didn't like the idea of the program. This is just kind of ironic. And we were sitting at a local restaurant, my wife and I and a friend of ours, and he comes to me about 2 months before we start, and he said, "When's this program going to start?" And I said, "Well, you didn't want it anyway, so what are you worried about it for, you know?" And he said, "A friend of mine's granddaughter overdosed in Knoxville.
Oh.
This is something we need." So it hit this guy home, and then he realized how important it was. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. They think drugs isn't going to affect us. Nobody's going to hurt our child. Nobody's going to abuse our child. Nobody's going to do this to us. It can't happen to us, and we all think that every day. And it can happen to anybody at just a snap of fingers.
I tell you what, I surely appreciate this interview today, talking about Celebrate Recovery, the First United Methodist Church of London, located at 301 West 5th Street. You can give them a call, 606-864-5226 or 606-312-1687, or call Mr. Bucky at 606-312-5080. There's no excuse to not try to get some help for yourself by, staying clean with these support groups like this.
Well, we have a motto, and the motto is, it works if you work it.
Right.
And if you want to get clean, you come in there and you work that program, it'll work. And as I said before, you come in and give 110, we'll give you 120.
Right.
One thing we do different than any other Celebrate Recovery, and I want to express this. I'm very proud of this. This has been just a great program for our church, for our team. Our team has become like a family. And so the things that we do different is we've helped folks get their GED. We've helped folks get signed up for college. We've helped folks get jobs. It goes just past one night a week. You have to connect with these people. We stay in touch with these people. We help these people get jobs. Bucky works at a factory, and he's helped several or told several to go down there to get a job. We give references, let them put our names down as references. You have to take it past just that. We've been working with a dentist who is we're going to do some things with him, and if folks have been clean for a year or 2 years, he's going to start doing some dental work for them, and that helps them right there, just getting their teeth fixed, and gives them extra confidence, and it gives them a goal to work for.
Right.
And so we're trying to expand Celebrate Recovery to help every way we can to help these people be productive. And I want to say we have had, out of all the folks that have come to us through the probation department over the last 2 years, we have maintained probably 75 to 80% who no longer have to have papers signed. They come because they want to come. They stayed clean. And when you sit back and you think about a success rate of that, that's a God moment.
That's all awesome. We're running out of time for today's program. We want to say thank you to Mr. Stu Taylor for taking this time and coming telling us about Celebrate Recovery. And until next week, this has been the Local and Community Issues and Answers.